duty of service, Captain.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is not. You're human. Oh, pardon my ignorance. We just didn't expect to find people out here. We didn't think anyone else left Earth before us.
You thought you were the only ones? I am afraid you have been unaware of a great many things.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brakenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I don't know all the particulars, but I'll try to answer as best I can. It's a colony ship. It was built long ago by our ancestors to sustain our crew over hundreds of years in space through generations of travelers. It's sturdy, fast, and spacious. That last one is important because we had to take as many supplies as possible with us on the journey and still have ample space for our crew. You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago. I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and... the others. We do. Well, sort of. We saw structures using our surveying equipment. We've also seen the various ships pass us by. Some even seemed to want to communicate, but couldn't. Of course, we had no idea that they were being piloted by other humans. Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. da Costa, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am, for security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Brakenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Just stay out of trouble.
So, here we are. Let's talk.
I am both shocked and impressed that all of this is still functional.
Hey, you ever want some piloting tips? I'm your chica.
Now that you're you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life. A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually. Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you? We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them. We know there's a settlement on the planet below, meaning people were here before us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us. Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there. Thank you, and Godspeed.
Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
What's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out.
Never seen a ship like yours before. And then again, I haven't seen any ships.
weird than I thought you would be.
I was just thinking of all the knowledge we can share. Between us and the other Earth survivors.
Miss Yang said we're experiencing history right now, and that there will be books written about us. I'm gonna be in a book.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
There's so much more to learn about now.
Someone finally made contact.
People always appreciate the good.
Whether they know it in exciting times.
Oh, shh. I think that's the visitor over there.
Oh, I think you're right. Should we go say something?
Yeah. Wait, no. I have no idea what to say. I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Wonder what it's like out there, beyond our little community.
Hey there.
We've had to do our fair share of recycling on the Constant. Not exactly fun places to get new goods.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers. We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
I do not envy the lives that have been led in these confined quarters.
And to think, all this time, we thought we were alone.
As I always tell my patients, worry not, for tomorrow may happy surprises.
We have resorted to theft now, I see.
Wow. I've heard about you, but here you are.
I do not envy the lives that have been led in these confined quarters.
I've lived my entire life in the constant. I'm not sure how else to live.
Wow. Hi.
Oh! Ah! Hello there!
We got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
Boy,
And I ain't glad you weren't some sort of alien or something.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Quite a heritage to have brought this ship so far over such a long time. Worthy of the pride these portraits show. But you got away with it? Impressive.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside. inside our ship.
They'd sometimes get overrun with something called...
I wonder what else is out
Vaguely. I must have zoned out during those lessons.
I wonder what else is out there.
Because our equipment's old, doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Hello. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
Enjoy your stay, knowing you're in our capable hands.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sukiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with? Something I can help you with? Ah, it has a name. Good. Then you're already familiar with the situation, I take it. Do you know what they want? Interesting. We obviously have no records of a colony ship claiming this planet. Whatever the case, you'll need to speak with Oliver Campbell, a CEO for the Paradiso Group. He's in charge of bringing all formal decisions before the board and helping to make calls on them. I'll let him know you're on your way.
I can see why this location was chosen for a resort. Very nice.
Welcome to Paradiso.
I guess I have to admit, this resort isn't as bad as I thought it'd be.
I cannot recall ever having the time, let alone the funds, for a vacation someplace like this.
Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep the peace.
I hope your stay here is going well.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment? Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board? What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private, secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say. Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Paradiso Security's only here for your safety. Pretend we're not even here.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are
Come on,
millions
mate.
of planets
Loads
out
more
there.
interesting things
People
to see
can go to
outside.
any one of them.
I need to mill about in
The
here.
resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens! Ah, we're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about? Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a GravDrive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do. Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff. I'm not suggesting anything, other than it would make our lives so much easier if that ship ceased existing. Make of that what you will. We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance. Well, absurd or not, that's our official stance. I make the decisions that are best for our entire group. You don't. It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom GravDrive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You. And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain? I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort. But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have really been pushing themselves. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far. Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer. But who would do such a thing?
I hope you are not asking what I think you are asking.
They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Free Star Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave. Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Bennu St. James over at Hopetech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern GravDrive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
They deserve a renewed chance to decide their own fates. That is the right thing to do.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso group, we appreciate your help.
Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Alarm's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Dion. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said...
I'm just glad I don't work on the luxury cruisers that bring people.
Hello there.
Hello.
We've got some of the best private security in the settled systems.
Hope you're staying safe out there.
Welcome back, Mr. Tofik. I am aware that this is your 8th visit to our resort. Your repeat patronage is much appreciated.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Excuse me. A little
A fair amount of business runs through Hopetown, and from what I understand, most of it is legal.
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't protect your own, you don't belong here.
Though I suppose that is hardly the point of
My
them.
company only uses protection. Never had a problem.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hope Tech needs brave new innovations. We're so much more than space freight. Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time. Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So GravDrives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient GravDrive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours. It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old GravDrives are. As much as I'd love to, I just don't know if I can afford to take a loss on this. Again, I'm sorry. Perhaps not, but I don't want to just settle for an offer far below its value. This part is incredibly difficult to come by. I'm not sure about karma, but you're not wrong. It would be generous, and they'd likely show their gratitude in some beneficial way. Tell you what. Sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work. You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
We'd be dust, except for the factory.
Ron Hope's the best thing that's happened to us. Off-worlders. Nothing good ever comes from them. Just keep it holstered. We'll all get along fine.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
It's good to be back in our
day, Captain.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on
I can't tell you how many times I've had to make do with inelegant solutions to complex technical problems. I was hoping to talk to our visitor from outer space, and here you are! Welcome, welcome. I have a million burning questions, but I won't overwhelm you. There will be plenty of time for that later. Please, indulge me just a couple. How did you do it? Did humanity finally discover faster-than-light travel and eclipse our poor old ship? I read about this technology in our archives from Earth, but it was only theoretical back then. Amazing! I'll have to learn more. Oh, I've got so many questions, but I'm being rude. I haven't even given you my name. Chief Engineer Kazemi, but you can call me Amin. And, I might add, I'm one of the reasons we're still floating out here today. Yes, of course. Anything for my new friend. What GravDrive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work? Oh, don't worry about that. Just a little engineering humor. We've kept this ship going with minimal incidents this long. I'm not about to let anything happen to it now. But, to be clear, what we're doing is very dangerous. And we should be prepared for anything. Great, great, great! There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
I just heard from the bridge they've been getting some false positives from the sensor arrays.
I noticed that earlier. Shouldn't be anything to worry about, but let's get it patched up.
Pretty sure I know how to fix it. Shouldn't take long.
Something wrong? There are 3 things we need to do. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Something wrong? There are 3 things we need to do. Reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary Turn the plasma runoff. Decouple the magnetic flange. Great question. I do not know for sure. but I can venture a guess. All of the reading I've done on the matter suggests that at the time, there was uncertainty that the technology would ever work, or if it did, that it would work at the scale we needed. So, I trust they made the decision to strike out when they did, fully believing it was the only way. See you! Looks like everything is good to go on both your end and mine. Can you go inform the captain while they're finishing the installation? Thanks.
Just because our equipment's old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Strict rules around here, and they're strict for a reason.
We didn't believe any... No matter the outcome, I won't let my crew down. Well, well, it would appear we have the means to go nearly anywhere now, thanks to you. The engineers even upgraded our communications equipment so we can speak with passing ships. Turns out it was a pretty easy fix. Thank you again for all you've done. We don't yet know, but we did receive a star map from the Paradiso engineers. I suppose we'll just chart a course for other suitable habitable worlds until we find one that matches the quality of Paradiso, Porrima II here. Without you, we'd most likely be stuck, but you went above and beyond. I'll make sure people tell tales of your generosity for as long as our society lives. I don't know if we can ever fully repay you. Thank you again.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Just stay out of trouble.
Never seen a ship like yours before. But then again, I haven't seen any ships.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change lucky we're under orders not to escort you right off this ship.